Hi, it's me mostly. Thank you for tuning into my podcast where we're healing from family ties, trauma, and also taking accountability for all areas of our lives that may have held us back. I'm super excited for you. Today is Worth It Wednesday. Monday was Mental Health Monday, and I had a special guest on here. Again, his name was Tilo Manx. He's a great artist. I hope that if you have not watched that episode, please go back. It's a different point of view, different struggles. We was talking about coping mechanisms. We was talking about different mental health and different stages that we were in our mental health, and how did we grew to being where we are today. It was a very exciting conversation. Like I always say, if this is your first time tuning in, thank you for tuning in. If this is your your fourth, fifth, sixth time you was with me since season 1, I appreciate you. Continue during this healing journey with me. So like I said, today is Worth It Wednesday. We're going to recap for Monday, and then we're going to talk about different events that I have coming up and different things that I'm working on for you guys for this podcast. And then we're going to close, of course. But the first thing I would like to do is recap on Monday and just give you more of my insight. Monday was very exciting for me because I heard another story. I mean, I hear stories all the time, when I'm talking to people, but I heard another story, and someone else was able to get their story out there. Someone else was able to, express what they are feeling, express what they went through, express, what was inside of them. You understand what I'm saying? How they were coping and how they got out of the mental state and how they continue to be out of the mental state. And for me, that was me, guys. Like, that was me when I was struggling with my mental health. I was struggling with my worth, because today is Worth It Wednesday, so we're gonna go on with that. But I was struggling with getting out of it. I was struggling with my coping mechanisms. I was struggling with who I was as an individual, and why do I deserve to be more? Why do I deserve to talk to you guys? Or why do I deserve to be in this place of growth? I did not think that I would be able to do this and talk to you guys. I did not know that I would be able to plan different things, have different ideas for myself, have a different growth for myself, and just take the initiative to be more, take the initiative to express myself, take the initiative to reach out to people. Hey, come on my show. Hey, tell your story. You're worth telling your story. I told my story. What is your story? Different things like that. It took me a very, very long time to even understand the worth I had. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it took me a minute to grasp who I was and grasp that I didn't want to be in this place of frustration anymore. I didn't want to be in this place of depression anymore. You understand what I'm saying? And that my guest, he was experiencing anxiety attacks. You understand what I'm saying? It was major anxiety attacks. Like I said to him in the episode, I have never been in the hospital. Like, I've had attacks, and I've dealt with things, and I've been in my mind, I've been depressed, I've been diagnosed with things, but I no longer wanted to sit in there. Like, I no longer wanted to sit in a place where I was not able to see the future, because that's what it was for me. It was just work, go back home, eat, work again. During the weekends, we're not being productive. During the weekends, we're just strolling through social media and just laying there and just existing. Sometimes we can do that, if we need a rest day and things like that. But we need to realize that we want to explore more. We want to network more. We want to get out into the world more. And that's the growth that I'm dealing with now. Like, I want to network more. I want to grow more. I want to be more. You understand what I'm saying? And I want to be able to achieve a different level through my healing process. Heal, become whole in that process, and move forward. I also would like to recap with Monday that, you know, I was thinking about today's show and I was like, what do I say? Do I talk about it? And of course, it was just like, wow, I'm not the only person. Because when we are healing and we're calling people and we're trying to rebuild relationships and really tell people what's on our mind, we feel like we're alone. I feel like I'm alone. And that is every person that I've met. Like, they feel like they don't have anybody to talk to, and they feel like, they don't have a resource. And until we realize that we are all feeling the same way and we need to just reach out to the source, to the sources that we have, analyzed or, researched on, and just get better in communicating that. You understand what I'm saying? Get back. That was me. I felt like I was just in the hole by myself. And sometimes I feel like that in today's growth. I feel like I'm by myself. I feel like I cannot depend on anybody. You understand what I'm saying? And we post, you only have yourself. You only, when you're healing, you're gonna be isolated. And that's not what the healing process is about. We need to talk to one another. We need to go to outside sources, therapy, groups, networking, working, building our brand, different things that I'm doing now to not feel like I'm alone, because they are out there for you. Those resources are out there for you. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to know that it's gonna take time, it's gonna take effort, and it's gonna take your ability to keep pushing, your ability to keep moving, your ability to be more for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So, and that was me. I had to continuously have that conversation with myself. You got this. You're worth this. You know, your future self is gonna thank you. Like, when you get to the future and you're at the place, like, it's you're gonna hug yourself. You're gonna love yourself, and you have to hug and love. Excuse me. You have to love and hug yourself during these times of building. You understand what I'm saying? So, and when we was talking about coping mechanism, I was thinking about what was mine. And that was, unhealthy relationships. That was learning a lesson over and over again. That was eating. That was shopping. That was, I never been a partier, drinker, or smoker or anything like that, like excessively. It just wasn't my thing. Of course, I have experiences in it, but my coping mechanism was a person that did not owe me anything. You understand what I'm saying? A person that was just in my life and I thought that they were going to help me. That was my coping mechanism. And also, my coping mechanism was, talking to myself. Like, I will continuously talk to myself. I will continuously just be in this place where I'm going to listen to me because I'm the best person. Of course, you know yourself, but you need to talk to somebody else so they can hear you, and then they can analyze it, and then they give you the right sound advice. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was just talking to myself deeper in the isolation hole. I was talking to myself deeper in the not worthy hole. You understand what I'm saying? And I was just like, I can't be in this coping phase anymore. I need to be in a growing phase. I need to be in a exploring phase. I need to be in a butterfly phase. I need to just be in this phase where I can move ahead of my coping mechanisms, and I can move ahead and know that this journey that I'm on, you cannot just talk yourself in a deeper hole, or you cannot depend on anybody in the deeper hole, and you cannot just push back what other people are seeing in you. Like, you can't push back what other people have spoke to you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people have seen me and said, you need to be on this podcast. You need to build your brand. You need to get out there. You understand what I'm saying? You need to be more for yourself. And I was like, okay, I hear you, but go home and be in the bed. Go home, be in the bed, watching movies, eating food that wasn't beneficial to me at the time, and just being content with that lifestyle, being content with not growing, being content with not being in school, being content with not, like I said, building a brand. You know what I mean? It was just a continuous, downfall, continuous burial of myself. I was just burying myself deeper and deeper and deeper. You understand what I'm saying? And then Monday opened my eyes and I'm like, this is, people got to know that they're not by themselves. People got to know that someone else is dealing with this. People got to know that your story is worth hearing. Your story is worth being told from you. Your story is worth that process, that progress, and it's worth you putting in the effort in growing outside of that. You understand what I'm saying? And giving yourself the go. Like, I had to give myself the go. And also hearing his story and hearing what he has done, and breaks, and expressing on his painting and expressing on everything, his art shows. It was just a fantastic thing. And when I put myself in that position and took out and analyzed myself, because we always analyzing ourselves in this journey, I was like, keep going. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're not by yourself. You're getting the help that you need, but keep going. Also, I want to talk about my book in this tonight's podcast. I want to talk about how The Last Promise, what it's about, and how hard it is to write this, and how hard and how thankful that this was inside of me since last year summer. I was sitting there thinking about stuff. I'm like, I want to write a book. What is it going to be about? And it was The Last Promise. And during that time, I was, trying to practice something, but I kept falling in that practice, and, falling into depression again. It pushed back. And then when I announced the book on my Instagram and things like that, I'm like, okay, and mentioned it to my life coach. I'm like, I want to write this book that I had on my mind, and I think I'm ready. It's called The Last Promise, and this book has to come out. This book has to be written. Like, I'm so ready. Have I failed since the announcement? Yes. Have I fallen? Have I, indulged in things? Yes. But in fasting, in prayer, because that's what I do, in meditation, because that's what I do, I realized the routes that I needed to take. I realized the route that I needed to go to be in the last promise. The last promise is to myself, and the last promise was given to me by God. And I'm just a vessel that's speaking through all of the things that I've experienced. But the last promise is, I'm not going to experience these things in the unhealthy way. I'm going to experience these things in a healthy manner, in a smart manner, in a lesson manner, meaning I've learned those past lessons. I know how to move in this test. You understand what I'm saying? So the last promise is just things that I'm giving to you and given to God, and you see beyond we're healing from that podcast. You are seeing me on, I'm authentic on this, but it's like broader. It's like exploring my mind, and I'm so excited about this book because, like I said, I had this book in my mind, and I had this book written down in one of my goals for over a year now. You understand what I'm saying? And I've learned a lot. I've experienced a lot. I've gave myself a lot. And I just want to finally get that out of me. I want to finally just be in that place where I can authentically speak about where I was and how I got out of, temptation, or I've got out of, lack of discipline, or I got out of just saying, God, I promise this, God, I promise that, or I'm promising myself, or, I'm going to talk about the comparison phase that I was in. I'm going to talk about in the, looking at people in their lives and saying, I want to be like that instead of not just being myself. I also would like to talk about, I have a conference coming up that I'm planning for the book. It's gonna, after the book, I'm gonna do a conference, book release and things like that. I want to talk about, have guests on there, have venues and vendors, and it's just gonna be have a venue with vendors in it, excuse me. But this conference is going to allow you guys to network. I'm gonna have different people there. I'm gonna speak as well, but we're healing from that, all the episodes, and you guys learning about me. I'm gonna speak about that as well. Just give you all overall, we're healing from that. The last promise, different things is going to be in this conference. It's just a building thing for me, and I am super busy with those things. I'm planning. I am very, very nervous. I will tell you guys that. And I'm very, just in this place where, wow, am I really doing this? I'm really writing this book. Am I really going to stay committed? We talk about staying committed. We talk about compromising. We talk about, healing. We talking about, different things. And I just want you guys to know that I am doing the work. It's just some of the tests that I face, I fail. You're going to fail. And it's just about the getting up part. It's just about the moving forward part. That's the part for me. Like, I'm always getting up, moving forward. You understand what I'm saying? And I just want to, tell you guys, be intentional about your getting up. Be intentional about your moving forward. Because sometimes I was not being intentional about my moving forward. I wasn't being intentional about what I wanted to do in my life. And, starting the healing process, starting the process of building a brand, that is so much pressure. You understand what I'm saying? That I put on myself, which is a great thing. But I have people watching me. I have people, holding me accountable. I have people in my life that's pushing me forward. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, I have this book coming. I have this conference coming. I am excited about it. I tell you right now. And in closing, I just hope that you stick to the healing process. Stick to you knowing your worth. Stick to just reading every day, writing every day, praying every day, meditating every day. Whatever is your outlet, your healthy outlet, continue to do that in your healing process. And I just, like I said, I just hope that I'm a light. You guys, I just try to be fully authentic with you and, let you in on my healing journey. It's not an easy one. It's not an easy process. We're going to be healing forever. We're going to find new things to heal from. We just have to give ourselves grace. And like I said, in this closing, I just hope that I'm a light. I will see you on Finally Free Friday, and I'll catch you next time.